Is an off-brand pellet grill just as good as a Traeger? We're gonna take a look. Hey guys, so we are out of the truck again this weekend, enjoying a little bit of home time. And we've been wanting to get a new grill. We had a gas grill for years, and it just wore out. So we've really kind of been looking at pellet grills. Pellet grills seem to be the big thing these days, where you can smoke on them and grill on them and bake on them and everything. But man, I'm telling you, these prices on these grills, they can really get pretty high. We found a pellet grill on sale at Menards, and here's what we got. It is a Bighorn pellet grill, and the model is a Teton 1375. And here's what you get with it. This is one of the ones that has the chimney on it over here. Some of them I was looking at, instead of the chimney, they've just got a little vent over here, and you can kind of open and close the round circle kind of a vent. I'd been looking at Pit Boss Austin XL, and I really like that grill, but it's just too big for what we need, and it's $500 at Walmart. So here's what you get with this one. Here's the hopper, and it'll hold 20 pounds. And I'll tell you, they had a metal grate in here with little squares cut out in it, and I wound up taking that out because when you do want to empty your pellets, you can't get your fingers in between all those little holes. So I just took that out so you can get your hand in here easy and work with the pellets if you need to. There's a little door on the back here, and you can open this door, put you a 5-gallon bucket underneath it, and catch any of the extra pellets in case you want to change flavors or anything like that. This thing is really heavy duty. I mean, it is just as thick a gauge of metal as a Pit Boss, and I'm really pleased with it so far. I want to show you this right here. One of the things that I've learned is that this gap in here where the door touches your drum, we've got a really pretty tight seal through here. Some of them that we were looking at, they were a little lower cost, but they just weren't made quite as good. And this here seems to seal really nice. Here's what you get with it. You've got porcelain coated grates on the bottom, and then they give you these two stainless steel racks, and they just slide in and out, but it really increases your usable space. This chimney cap here adjusts. You can turn it, and I'll let you see what this does. See, underneath here, we're raising it up, and when you turn it down, it will not completely close it off, and you don't want to do that. You don't want that completely shut off, or your fire's going to wind up going out. But I've learned when you close this, it increases the temperature in the grill. When you open it, it decreases the temperature in the grill, and that's really all it does. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these grates out and let you see how a pellet grill functions. Okay, so guys, I've taken all of the grates out of the grill and the drip pan, so you can see what's down inside of here. What you've got here is this is your fire pot. This is where all the action comes from. And if you look up inside there, you can see there's an auger in there. That auger comes down this chute here and inside of here. So as that auger turns, your pellets go down inside there, and it'll slowly spit them out inside of here. Here's what all of the components are. This right here goes over the fire pot. This is your drip pan, and it sets on here and then on here, and any grease drippings and stuff go down this hole and come out into your little bucket. Those go onto the sides of the grill in here. You can see the tabs there, and then there's two tabs there. And that's what those extra stainless steel racks go onto. And then of course, here's your grates. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on and let you see how it works. When you first plug the grill in, it's gonna flash a couple times on the display, just letting you know that it's got power. One nice thing I've noticed about this Bighorn grill is that it can use a probe. And it's a meat probe that you stick it right inside of your meat. And when you hold this button right here, meat probe, it'll display the temperature inside your meat. This grill here has this little thing right here to put your meat probe through. So you're not pinching your wires or getting any kind of a false reading or anything from the lid closing down on it. Okay, now, this took me a little bit to learn here. These pellet grills do not produce the big plumes of smoke like they don't smoke like a factory or anything. They're very efficient and very clean burning. We got a beautiful, beautiful smoke ring on our pork butt that I did. I smoked the pork butt for 5 hours, the ribs for 3 hours, and then wrapped everything, put them back in the grill, raised the temperature to like 225 for 3 or 4 more hours, and it was moist. Everything was tender. The meat was falling off the bone with the ribs, and we had an incredible smoke ring on the pork butt. But yet it wasn't producing the kind of smoke that what I expected. You get a lot of the flavor, from what I understand, from the vapors, not necessarily the smoke. So when you walk up to this thing, they use electricity, so you have to have them plugged in. That auger works off of electricity. So we're going to take this and turn it to smoke. And you can see here our actual temperature is 58 degrees. And there's a probe inside here, this right here, that will display the internal temperature. And you also have one up here. There's going to be a little bit of a difference from them just because of the location of where both of those probes are. Okay, so let's look inside here. You see our auger is turning, and it's going to start putting pellets into our pot here. Another thing too, when I first got this thing put together, I had to assemble it, and that took about an hour. I had to put the legs on and everything. All of this was already attached to the main body of the grill. We had to put the legs on, put the condiment tray on. We had to put the grease drip trough on. Of course, the wheels, and then this work table that just swings down. So it took about an hour to install. Okay, now here's what happened when I first turned it on. The auger started spitting them out, and then it stopped. And I thought, oh no, there's something wrong with our grill. That's just the way it works. It'll turn for a little bit and then stop. And then if you look down inside here, I can't touch it, but there's a little metal rod sticking out there that gets really super hot, and that's what ignites your pellets. So in just a second here, that auger is going to start turning again and deposit more pellets. It's just the way they work, and there's nothing wrong with it. There we go, see? Well, I thought, man, this thing's broke right out of the box. Okay, so now we're probably about a minute into me turning it on, maybe closer to 2. But you can see it's depositing more and more of those pellets in there. And remember that heat rod underneath there is getting hot, and these things are going to start smoking here in just a few more seconds. Okay guys, it's just been a few more seconds, and you can see there's smoke developing here. The pellets have caught on fire. Oh listen, there's one more thing I got to tell you. Up underneath here is a fan, and that fan blows air into there, so it's almost like a forge. So this is gonna get them pellets going really good. And that's where all of your action is coming from, right there in that pot. Now, when you put this over your pot there, you know, that kind of diffuses the flame a little bit. And then of course you've got your drip pan on top of that, and it produces a really nice even heat. I'm getting just a couple degrees hotter on this side than I am on this side. So, and the barrel being round really helps circulate that heat more efficiently too than a square grill or anything like that. These things are just incredibly efficient. I bought it's a Pit Boss bag of pellets, and I'd say that bag was probably about 40 pounds. It was pretty heavy for $14 at Walmart, and we've got a lot left of it. It does not use a lot of pellets. There you see, we've got incredible flame there right now. And once this gets up to temperature, see, we've got it set on smoke right now. And it's gonna take it up to probably about 180 degrees to 190 degrees. And once it levels out, that flame is gonna go down, and it's just gonna maintain that temperature. And like I said, the vapors that are accumulating inside of there are what you get that good smoke flavor from, and that nice smoke ring. We bought a couple cheap steaks a couple nights ago, and I wanted to try them on here. So they recommend to start it out on smoke and let that get established, and then choose what temperature that you want. So when I did the steaks, I think I went to 450. And you see right here, it'll tell you what you've got it set at, and then what the actual temperature is. So I let the grill get good and hot. And like I said, you've got your thermometer here too, but this is higher up than what that probe is inside there. So there is going to be a little bit of a discrepancy between the two thermometers. But listen, man, those steaks, they were a cheap steak. It was just a sirloin steak. They came out really, really tender, really moist, and they had that grilled over a wood fire taste to them. Wasn't overbearing, but you could just tell that it wasn't over charcoal, or they weren't cooked over gas. So there you go, you guys. Here's the Bighorn grill from Menards. It is really heavy duty. I'm really impressed with it so far. Like I said, we did a pork butt and 2 huge racks of ribs and a couple steaks on it so far. And I'm really impressed with the heavy duty gauge of metal that it is. Oh, and this thing came with a 3-year warranty also. I mean, what grill comes with a 3-year warranty? So anyway, here's all the components that come with it, except for the 2 stainless steel grates. I've taken them out. But there you go, guys. I highly recommend this if you're looking for a new grill. This one seems to be really good. Bighorn from Menards. And if you guys have any questions, just shoot me a message through this video, and I'll try to answer your questions for you. Y'all take care. Bye.